welcome back to my channel. I'm Ginny Mae, the Intergalactic Supreme Goddess of Guest Service, and if you're new to my channel, so very much a big welcome and hugs to you. Today, I would love to talk about the 3 service tips for beginners. I think that a lot of people that are watching our channel right now are beginning in the waiter and waitress business at a restaurant, and I would love to be the person to help you out. So these are my 3 service tips, and let's start with number 1. Number 1 is be prepared, and preparing actually starts the night before or even days before. Days before, check out the menu card and check out the drink card and start memorizing what you possibly can. Ask questions when you first get in those first couple days of your new job to find out what are the most popular items, what are the things that sell over and over, what are your colleagues' favorite items. So if you haven't had a chance to try everything on that menu, at least you don't have to lie, because you can say the most popular item right now, or I know that my colleagues' favorite item and things that they always order before or after the shift is this. The next thing is, before your shift, get a good night's sleep. I think a good night's sleep just makes a world of difference. And I think that we've all had the feeling that you know what it feels like the next morning if you had a great night's sleep, and what it feels the next morning if you had a really crappy short sleep. When you have a great sleep, you're able to memorize better, you're able to smile easier, you're able to give a better service, be glowing, and have extra arms for your colleagues, and also give extra cheer to other people. So make sure to get a good night's sleep after your shift, because you will probably make more tips from it, and in that way you can think, you know what, I'm actually getting paid to get in a little extra sleep. The next part in be prepared is just look good. You know what, wake up in the morning a little bit earlier. If you're a lady, put some natural makeup on, make sure to do your hair. Everyone should take a shower. No one should smell when they're serving in the restaurant, because that is a huge turnoff for the guests. Make sure your uniform looks nice. If it needs to be ironed, hey, you need to start ironing that, and you can iron that the day before or even 2 days before if you would like. But make sure everything is clean and your nails aren't chipped if you're a lady, and they look really, really nice. Because when you feel that you look really good, then it also comes out to everybody else. You look and you feel and you act a little bit more confident, and you are smiling a little bit more, and all this comes into giving a lot better service. Another part of being prepared is know your table numbers, because if someone is at the food pass and they're yelling out table numbers or whatever, you need to know what table number you are at. So when you come in and they say you're going to be in this section, I would memorize the table numbers, and the other thing I would do before the restaurant opens is actually sit down in a chair at your table and see what it looks from the guest type of view. Sometimes in the restaurant, there's cleaners that come at night, and of course there's crumbs and everything underneath the table, and they have to move that table just a little bit. Well, they're probably not going to move it back. So, it's maybe over a few centimeters this way or this way, and it could end up bumping into another chair, which could have, a guest a hard time getting in, especially if we have a little restaurant with a lot of tables. So, sit in that chair and see how things look around in your section, and also how is it to sit in your section. Make sure that, of course, your section is clean, top of the table, under the table. If you're, putting napkins and forks and knives and whatever on the table, make sure they're super straight, and take control of the things that you can actually take control of. Also look around if there's a lot of plants or flower arrangements, decorations. Are these dusty or gross? Because I know that you're quite busy in the restaurant and you're not looking at dust and these things, but when your guests are sitting down there, they don't have as much to do as you do, and they could maybe see dust. And some people are very clean people, and it's the clean people that are able to see the dust, and it's the people that iron that are also able to see if we did not iron. So make sure to be prepared in this way. Also, I have a video about how to carry a tray, and that is something that you can also practice at home if you're allowed to take a tray home with you, is to learn how to carry a tray, especially if you're a beginner. Let's go on to number 2 service tip for if you are a beginner, and that is bring your positive attitude. Smiling is the #1 way to get a little bit of break if you ended up making a mistake, and it is the way to make a good rapport with your guests, because if the guests end up liking you, you are gonna have a lot more leeway if you mess up sometimes a little bit later. And if people like you, they're gonna end up tipping you better. And one of the first things that humans, of course, all of us love, is when we're being smiled to. So remember to bring your smile. I always say a smile is actually a part of your uniform. Another one is just find the energy. If you're having, a rough morning and some not so nice things happen, before you get to that restaurant door, say to yourself, give me the energy, get the energy going before you go in, and really bring that energy with you. And you're thinking, I don't have the energy today. You know what? This is one of the times it's all right to fake it till you make it. Because if you fake that you're smiley, you're happy, you have a lot of energy, pretty soon you're gonna actually feel like that. And you know what the great thing is that you're giving this positive attitude out to your colleagues, and what you give out, you're gonna end up getting back as well. So it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy if you end up having a really good attitude and bringing a lot of that energy in the morning time or in the beginning of your shift. Also, be really open to learn. I know maybe it's not your very first job that you're in a restaurant, so you have a lot of knowledge from the other restaurant that you're bringing to this new restaurant. Some things I know that are really annoying to colleagues, especially colleagues that have been there for a while, is the newbie comes in and it's like, yeah, well at my old work, we did it this way. Or at my other restaurant, we ended up doing it this way. Who cares? That was your restaurant, and this is our restaurant, and in our restaurant, everyone does it our way, right? So come in with an attitude that you're humble, you're ready to learn, you're open to new ways and how they do it in their restaurant. And you know what? If you feel really strongly that this new restaurant is doing something in a really whacked out way and you did it a much better way in the restaurant before, it's all right to bring that up, but remember, bring it up at an after shift. Bring it up to maybe a manager in a way that you would like to help the restaurant. I would possibly just stay away from comments like that and extra stories, especially in the middle of a rush, because no one actually has time to listen to you then. Bringing your attitude also means to say hello to everybody when you first come in on your shift. Not just hello to all the waiters and your colleagues. Make sure to go in the kitchen and say hello to them and smile to them. These are the people that are bringing your food, and if you dump a plate or something is burned or the guest doesn't like it, you're gonna have to go back and talk to the kitchen. So it's very important that you start off every shift by starting to make a positive input to the people that are in the kitchen. When you first start at a restaurant, sometimes you go around and meet new people and you have an opportunity to shake somebody else's hand. I need you to really look at and figure out, how do I shake people's hand? Am I the type of person that's doing like the floppy fish handshake all the time? Because that is giving a signal like, I'm not so confident and I'm a little afraid about my job. Hey, you know what? It's all right if you are a little bit nervous and you're afraid about your job, but when you meet somebody, especially if it's one of your leaders above you, give a firm handshake, look them in the eye and smile and show that confidence out. Because that is something they'll think, wow, that person is very positive and has a lot of confidence. And you know what? Attitude is always going to beat over all the physical things that you're able to do. My number 3 way is to prioritize. And there's a million different things we have to do on a shift in the restaurant. But if we prioritize, I think one of the most important things is to get hot food down and also get those drinks down. So I would also challenge you to ask some of your colleagues to say, hey, what are your 3 top priorities in the restaurant? And hear what they say. My top 3 is hot food and drinks and making sure that the guests are welcome when they come in the door. Even if I'm not the actual host, when the guests are coming in the door, maybe they're talking to the host or they need to wait for the host, they are looking around the restaurant and they are looking at us. And they're thinking, oh, I hope I don't have that waiter, or I hope I do have that waiter over there. So if you just, when you're walking through the dining room, always just look at the door, and if there's someone there, smile. Because all of a sudden, you're going to be the person that they're thinking, oh, I hope I have them as a waiter. And when you come down to do the welcome at the table, they're gonna be like, yay, that's our waiter today, and already you're gonna increase their experience. Give a like and a subscribe to my channel. It really helps the YouTube algorithm so that this video can find others that are beginning in the restaurant business and may need this help. Otherwise, I hope you love this 3 top service tips for beginners. And let's go out there and give amazing service. I'm Ginny Mae, the Intergalactic Supreme Goddess of Guest Service, and I thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the thumbs up because it really helps our channel. And if you'd like more tips and tricks on service and how to up your service game, click here. And press on my face right here to subscribe. And don't forget to ring the little bell icon so you get a notification every time I come out with a new video. Follow me on Instagram and let's go out and get amazing service.